Stewie made it to Springfield. My truck is actually pulled into the shop, the tractor bay, and me and Stewie just walked over by the water fountain to check it out. He's down there, look, he's looking at stuff. There's like little bugs floating in the water, and he is very interested. Check him out. So Monday night, I was in Arkansas, picked up a load yesterday morning, Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. I picked up a load Tuesday morning in Arkansas at a Tyson. I can't think of the name of the city, but it was by Pottsville. I remember seeing Pottsville, city of Pottsville, as I was driving down Arkansas 7. But I picked up a load, and I spent the night at the shipper, and so Monday night my APU just cranked on. It started working like nothing was wrong, and it worked all day yesterday. Well, you know, the little bit of time that I sat. I got here last night, so it worked for a little bit last night, but it wasn't too hot last night, so I actually ended up turning it off. But so it was the weirdest thing. It's like kind of like that Murphy's Law, where like something won't work until you're about to go get it fixed, and then it just all of a sudden starts working. I was like, really, APU? I mean, I was happy that it started working, but I was just like, I don't know. Hopefully they can figure out what's wrong with it. So I had an appointment at 8:30 this morning, and it's actually about 8. They called me and asked me if I wanted to bring my truck in earlier than 8:30. So I said, of course. So the earlier I can get it in, the earlier I can hopefully get out of here. But don't jump in, Stewie. He's smart enough to not go over the edge, you guys. But I am watching him. But so I brought my truck in, and I let them know that, you know, it started working Monday night, and every time I turn it on, it's worked. Like, I mean, you would think that nothing was wrong with it, but it doesn't work for most part of the time, since, you know, prior to me even taking it into the Thermo King shop. So I let them know. And now that I'm here, I was like, you know, hopefully you guys can maybe figure out what's been going on with it and why it kind of just randomly works and doesn't work, because I really don't want to get 2 days from now, get far enough away from here where it's going to be a hassle trying to get back here to get it fixed. So the guy, you know, he was understanding, and he said, well, we'll look at it and try to like check all the parts and see if we can figure out what might have been going on. So hopefully they find something, just so this isn't a wasted trip, you know, because I took all these little short loads trying to get myself here for all of a sudden for it to start working. So weird. But I'm just checking in, guys. I'll let you know whatever they say they find. But hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. Happy hump day. And we will talk to y'all later. What's that game, I Spy, with my little eye or something? I don't know if that's, Junior has so many trucks these days. I don't know if he's actually in that truck or not, but I'm not gonna bother him. I was in the building, I didn't see him, so if he's in there, he's probably in there asleep, so I'm gonna leave him be. But I'm just at the tire bay. I have a tire that has low air pressure, so they're gonna just fill it up for me, and then I will be all good to go. I'm gonna probably try to take a quick nap for like an hour or two, and then go to outbound and try to get my load going out of here. And that's pretty much all that's going on. So there you have it. Hopefully that's the end of the APU issues, but it's nice to have it working. Good morning, guys. Happy Thursday. Well, you can see that I'm still here at the terminal. I'm currently walking little Stewie but just wanted to come and update you guys. So the APU did get fixed yesterday. Hopefully the wind is not too bad. But so what the guy ended up doing was, because remember I told you guys that the little triangle thing would come on, and sometimes it would be the alternator light and sometimes it would be the engine light that came on. So the guy in the shop said that he ended up replacing the alternator. So it got a new alternator, and he replaced something else kind of insignificant, something else. I can't remember exactly what he said, but the APU was running for a while after that. Like, he left it running for maybe an hour, then it was doing okay. So he was like, let it run for like 15 or 20 more minutes before I let you go, because I think he wanted like an hour and a half of it running before he said that everything was good. So while he was replacing the alternator, me and Stewie had walked around the whole terminal a couple times, because I try to keep him out of the truck while they're fixing it, because he likes to sit in the window and bark, and I don't want to sit in the truck and hear him bark for hours, and I'm sure that they don't want to hear him barking while they're working either. So, but it started getting too hot to stay out any longer, so me and Stewie ended up getting in the truck, and that's when he said, like, let it run for about 15 or 20 more minutes and then you guys can go. And the wind is really, it seems like it might be too loud, but hopefully you guys can hear me. But so when me and Stewie was in the truck, like less than 10 minutes of us getting in the truck, the APU stopped running. So he came and knocked on the window and was like, did you cut the APU off? I said no. So I went back and looked at it, and the red triangle and the engine light was on, which made it stop. So I was telling him, I said, yeah, this is what happens. Like, it alternates between the alternator light and the engine light, and it'll just stop, you know, cut off. So he hooked it up to whatever machine, like by the fuse box, there's like a little plug that they can hook a machine up to, I guess, to get readings or whatever. He hooked it up to the machine and had me turn it back on and let it run for a minute. And as soon as it started running, he said, he came to the window and he was like, okay, I know what's going on with the engine light now, because the alternator had got fixed. He had already replaced the alternator at that point. And he said, okay, I know what's going on with the engine. So I was like, well, what's going on with the engine? And he said, for some reason, it's reading, like, the APU is reading that the engine, not the truck engine, but the APU engine, was reading that it was 310 degrees, which he was like, it's nowhere close to that hot. So something was wrong with like the temperature sensor or whatever. And he wants to go down in that little brook so bad. Come this way, Stu. So he ended up replacing the temperature sensor for the engine as well. And so that was the problem why the engine light was coming on, because it kept thinking that it was too hot. So, you know, if the engine of the APU, you know, kind of like the truck engine or a car engine, if it thinks it's too hot, you know, that it'll do something about it. So in the APU, brain of the APU or whatever, if it thinks the APU engine is too hot, it'll cut itself off until it cools down. And then once it thinks it's cool enough, that's when you're able to like try to turn it back on. It'll turn back on for a little bit, but because the sensor was bad, that's the reason why it was only staying on for like 3 to 5 minutes at a time before it would cut back off, because it would let me turn it back on because it thought it had cooled down, but because something was wrong with the sensor, you know, 3 to 5 minutes later, it would think that the engine was like over 300 degrees again, so it would cut itself off again. So that's what was going on with the engine light. But now that he replaced the temperature sensor, it worked. He let the APU run again for another good hour or so after that, just to make sure that it wasn't gonna read, you know, like high heat, before he let me take the truck back out. But it worked fine. The engine light never came back on. So everything should be good to go, because he actually figured out what the two problems were. The alternator needed replaced, and then that temperature sensor for the engine light needed replaced. So now that he fixed and replaced all the stuff, he said you shouldn't have any more problems where like in a week it cuts off or it stops working on you. So I should be good to go from this point on. I mean, unless like some new problem happens or whatever, but he fixed the issues that were going on. I don't know what Thermo King was doing or did or whatever. Like, they just replaced a bunch of stuff, and I don't actually think that what they did had anything to do with what was going on, but it is what it is. Fortunately, a few of you guys asked, as a lease driver, do I have to pay for that? Like, do I have to pay for the work that gets done on the APU? And the answer to that question is no. Of course, if you're a company driver, the company picks up any repair costs, so that's a given. If you're a lease driver, at least here at Prime, every truck comes with the APU and an inverter. And you pay for the inverter, you don't pay anything, I don't think. But for the APU, you pay a weekly rental fee. And any repairs that the APU needs for the time that you have the truck as a lease truck, the repair fee is built into that weekly rental fee. So you don't actually end up paying for any type of repairs. Come on, Stewie, look at him. He's so interested in what is in there. But you don't end up paying for any repair fees. Now, what you will see is on your settlement, you'll see the invoice for, like, when I went to Thermo King, I think the invoice was like $1,300 and like $45 or something for whatever they did. You'll see the invoice on your settlement, but if you scroll down your settlement a little bit and look in the reimbursement section, you'll see that Prime reimburses you for that exact amount. So you don't actually end up paying anything out of pocket monetarily. I mean, it does cost you time, and that's pretty much the only way that you end up paying as the driver, is your time of however long it takes for them to fix whatever issue it is. So of course, time is money out here in the trucking world. So you do lose out a little bit, but it's not like you're stuck with a $1,300 bill. So Prime does pick that up. So hopefully that answers that question for you guys. Well, I mean, not hopefully, it does answer that question for you guys. For anybody who may be thinking about coming to Prime and leasing and is worried about, like, well, I don't want to be paying that repair bill if the APU goes down. And it doesn't matter how many times it goes down. There's no cap on, like, the amount that Prime will pay or reimburse you for. Anytime your APU fails and you have to take it in to get service. Now, you can only go to a Thermo King or come to a Prime terminal. If you take it to, like, some third-party person, then they're not going to reimburse you for that. But if you go to a Thermo King or bring it to a terminal, you don't pay any of those costs for the APU. So, but I'm happy that we're back rolling with AC. And I got my load out. I'm actually waiting for, I guess, whoever brought the trailer in. The trailer needed, like, some the brakes adjusted or replaced or something, so they pulled the trailer into the trailer shop yesterday, and I checked on it because when I went to go look for it this morning, it still wasn't out on the yard. So I called the trailer shop and they said they're almost finished with it. So I'm just waiting for them to call me and let me know that they pulled it back out onto the yard, which is behind me, but you guys can't see all the loaded trailers because these trucks are in the way. But that's where it would be, is right behind me. So I'm kind of just parked waiting for them to call me to let me know that they pulled it back out. And me and Stewie are gonna head out. We're going to whoever dropped it off had went and got the trailer loaded wherever they got it loaded at. I can't see that from my app, but I have 2 stops to make. I said this name wrong the last time, and I'm probably saying it wrong this time. Ochaleta, Oklahoma. And then my second stop is in, like, Plainview or Palmview, something like that, Oklahoma. So I got my first stop is due today at 4 p.m. It's about 9 o'clock right now, a.m. in the morning. And my second stop is due tomorrow morning, Friday morning. So as soon as my trailer comes out and is ready to roll, I'm ready to roll. I'm gonna hook up to the trailer, get my truck in the outside of the trailer washed, and we're gonna head out. So I will check back in with y'all later. Bye. Happy Thursday. TGIF everybody, I made it to Halls Valley, Oklahoma, my second stop. Just was dropping my bills off to start getting unloaded, but I am backed into the dock. Hope everybody's having a good Friday, start to a good weekend. I don't know where I'm headed next yet, but hopefully I'll find out soon, maybe while I'm sitting here being unloaded, because I have pretty much a full clock. So just checking in, and it's hot out here. It's like 99 degrees. I'm so happy the APU is working again. Woohoo! All right guys, check in with y'all later. Peace. Hey guys, happy Saturday. Checking in from somewhere in Oklahoma, in the middle of nowhere, where I just came across this massive truck stop. Huge. I don't know if I've ever been this way. I'm on like some back road. I don't know if I've never been this way, or if I might have been this way and this is new, because it does look pretty new. I mean, like within the last year maybe. But it's huge and it has a Sonics. So I got a small Coke and some mozzarella sticks, and I'm gonna continue along with my journey. I'm headed to Liberal, Kansas to pick up my load, and then I'm headed to, oh, I can't think of the city name, in Louisiana. Close to the coast though. So yep, that's where I'm headed. I hope everybody's having a great day, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye. Hey guys, Tiny House Gym in here. Happy Saturday. It's like, I almost said May. It's July. July 27th, I think. So this video will catch you guys up. I haven't made clips in the last few days, but I think the last time I checked in with you guys, I was in Oklahoma at that middle of nowhere big truck stop with the Sonic. So I made it to Kansas, picked up my load, took that load to Pearl River, Louisiana. From there, I picked up a load in Hammond, Louisiana, took it to Wisconsin, close to Milwaukee, dropped that load, picked up a load in Milwaukee, and I'm bringing it here to where I am at this Walmart here in New York, Johnstown, New York. Whew. It's a little hot. The sun's going down though, but not too hot, but still hot when you're been in the truck with the AC because your APU's working. Woo-hoo. Happy about that still. But so I'm here. I just got here. I'm walking my bills in right now. After I'm done with getting unloaded, I'll head to a truck stop. There's a couple truck stops like right up the road, 5 miles. And they look like they had spots, so I should be okay for tonight. And tomorrow morning I pick up a load here in New York to Bonnie, the yogurt. I've been there once before. Shout out to Wannabe Trucker 74. I believe I'm gonna be going to New London. I think it's the name of the city, and I think that's where you said you were from there or close to there. on to Illinois with that load once I pick it up. So that kind of gets you guys caught up. The APU's been working perfectly since I left the terminal, so that's been nice. No issues at all. So whatever they, what they did ended up fixing it, unlike the Thermo King place of Raleigh. But I hope everybody's having a good weekend. It's been a pretty good weekend, although most of it for me has been driving, but it's been a good weekend. It's been nice that it hasn't been like in the triple digits since I left. Where did I say I left? The state that starts with a W, Wisconsin. Yes, it's been like 88, 89, 91, but not super hot. So that's really nice. But just checking in with you guys, getting you caught up. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Continue to have a good weekend and be safe, stay cool, and I will continue to check in with y'all along the way. Bye.